all over the world dream of living in California, but Californians dream of living in Carmel. Hello, this is Kevin Cesario with American Dream Television, and today I'm here at one of the most beautiful houses Carmel has to offer with the designer and builder, Dan Page. Dan, how's it going?
Fantastic.
Now, Dan is one of the best builders in Carmel, and he's gonna take the time out of his day to show us how he made this absolute gem. Dan, let's go check it out.
Let's go do it.
Dan, this is awesome. Locally, we all know you as one of the best builders in town. We've all seen your beautiful projects. We've all seen all the great things that you've built. But tell our viewers, who is Prestige Construction?
Well, it's a family business. And so having done this for a very long time, when I started in the business, I literally did everything. And so as I come along into the custom builds and designs and things we do, having my son is so important because of trust, and he's there every day. We've gone beyond that, and we've actually hired our own carpenters, our own tile guys, our own stone people. The reason we did that is so we could manage the end product. We're not having to manage another company. We manage our guys. They show up on time when we want them there, and we get it done. And that's how we manage the time frames as well. Because managing the time frame as well as the budget are two of the biggest things. But also at the end of the day, all that matters is that the client is super happy and that they love it and that they're excited. The rest of the stuff comes. If you can just make sure that you're meeting every expectation they have and then some, you'll have a great, successful company. And that's what I've done for 35 years.
But what is it that you would say is your style? How do you make a house this great?
I think I come and I take a look at it and see how I can make the house the best house that it can be.
Okay.
So each house is different. This one here, for example, is kind of a modern craftsman look. So we tried to stay true to that.
Okay.
But it just depends on the project, how we handle that.
Well, I mean, and plus it's a modern craftsman in Carmel by the Sea, 2 blocks from the beach, 2 blocks from Pebble Beach Lodge, right by downtown. You're working with grade A house here, but it seems like you made a ton of changes from when you purchased it.
Oh, we did, Kevin. When we came in, as you remember, this whole thing changed. This ceiling in here was lower. The stairs came up from a different side. There was no half bath here. The kitchen was not even near the size that it was. We did a tremendous amount of changes here.
And the things that you've done have added so much value.
Yep.
Now that we're getting ready to bring it to market, it's absolutely showing on the after repair value. And it has that wow factor you were talking about the entire time.
Yep, you gotta have a wow factor.
I mean, tell me, what are some of your favorite finishes or changes that you've seen in the property?
Well, I gotta tell you, I think this Carmel stone fireplace is just stunning.
It's
And
crazy.
this beam ceiling that we raised is amazing. And what you don't see is our wine cellar down there.
Oh, the wine
cellar. That is something that I think is just fantastic.
I know you did all the design on this project yourself. You did all the building on this one and many others. What is your approach to the building process? How do you guys handle things?
So it depends on if it's a project for us, an investor or an end user, but it's basically about communication.
Okay.
It's about putting out a plan, get a scope of work, then decide the methods, means, and techniques that we use, keeping to the highest level.
Yeah.
Don't cut corners anywhere with material or craftsmanship because it shows up, as you can see here.
You can immediately walk into a project where they might have cut corners and it's the first thing that catches your eye. And you walk in here and it's flawless.
Right.
So it really, you can tell when the project is done 100% correctly. Now, what makes you guys stand apart? Tell us about your operation a little bit.
First of all, my son works with me and he's boots on the ground every day here on all the projects.
Yeah.
So we're communication all the time. It's not run from afar.
Yeah.
And so the design process is sometimes evolving along the way. But as we look at a project, we try to think our way from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
There's always changes. And then I facilitate those with Brandon. He's my son.
It is amazing that you guys have such a close relationship too, because you almost know what the other one's thinking. And I talked to one of you and talked to the other one.
Right.
You're always on the same page with your builds, and it shows in the end result every single time.
Well, it's the communication. Same thing with the client. We have constant communication.
Yeah.
We don't just surprise them and say, look, here's your stuff. You know, we always talk about what's next. 2-week look aheads. They're always on the front page of what's happening every week.
I can verify that because I've dealt with plenty of your clients before in different ones of your builds, and I would say that that's always the case. Dan, you absolutely killed it on this one.
Thanks, Kevin.
And next time you guys see this one, it's going to be on the market. Now, this has been Dan Page with Prestige Construction and Kevin Cesario with American Dream Television. We're out.